Our epistle is again from 1 John this week, now chapter 5. And it's important to read the book of 1 John together so that we can keep all of these themes in mind, so we don't just get focused on one thing and take it out of context, but really see it in the framework of exactly what John is saying. So if you remember back, John's talking about that he was an eyewitness of the resurrection, and he wants to make that witness known to us. And so then John spends a lot of time talking about God's love and how God has demonstrated his love through his son Jesus, and how we are to demonstrate love to others as a response. Then John talks about faith and how faith is the trust in God's promises and how we've been made children of God. Then also, John has talked about sinning. He doesn't want us to sin, but when we do sin, we have an advocate. We have the forgiveness of sins, the promise of life and salvation, even though we fall short, even though we sin. So it all comes together here in chapter 5 then, with John talking about overcoming the world through faith, and that God's love is that we would keep his commandments. Those are pretty profound statements, right? This is what the love of God is, that we keep his commandments. Well, we know that we fall short of that, but what does that mean for us then? That in keeping the commandments, we find life, and we find the forgiveness of sins when we fail, and we find God's will for creation. We find the way that we can overcome the sinful brokenness of this world. It's in God's commandments. His commandments to love one another, his commandments to enact his will in this world in a variety of ways. So it's God's commandments that actually help us to overcome the world, overcome right now the darkness of sin and death, the way that people mistreat each other, the way that people are unkind to each other, all of the angst and uncertainty that we see in the world, that's overcome through faith in love that God has demonstrated for us through his Son, so that we wouldn't sin, so that we would keep his commandments, even though we know that when we do sin, when we do fall short, we are forgiven because of that incredible love of God. So we're going to keep everything in perspective here as we read this passage from 1 John chapter 5, that it is the culmination of God's love for us in Jesus and our faith in that love that allows us to serve him, to obey the commands of God, and in doing so, to overcome the darkness and the death and the sin and the brokenness of this world. So I pray that for you this week.